everyone, it's Brittany from Coffee Planner Mom, and I am here today to talk new releases coming to the shop on Friday the 19th. I had to actually check the date of the 19th. Friday the 19th at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So normally releases are at 6 p.m. but I had mentioned in my Plan With Me's this week that we're going to be pushing it up so that I can get a jump start on processing everything. So we have two new permanent colorways that are going to be coming to the shop. So let's get started with the kits. So the first kit is the Greenery Kit. So I wanted to try to bring to the shop something with more greens, because I just feel like there's not a ton of greens out there and I wanted like different shades. So this really is highly ranged from soft colors to more muted colors to like very bold and deep greens. And this really showcases the difference between those two green shades. So if you are brand new to my shop, I print on a satiny type matte material. It is permanent. I always use undo to reposition my stickers, and they are sized 1.5 inches wide, which is the standard width of a vertical planner within the planner community, and the height is 1.9 inches, and I base my half boxes, quarter boxes, squares around those measurements. So in my kits you always get 9 full boxes, and typically I try to make them so that you can have creative freedom. You can put them down vertically, horizontally. You may want to layer on top of them. So for this one, I wanted to try to have like some that were a little more like generic or basic. And then we have the different leaves. So we have the Monstera leaves. These leaves are prayer plant leaves. And then we have eucalyptus, almost missed those. And then just two kind of basic leaf patterns. I decided to redo the grass that I had featured in my spring kit because I figured that's kind of greenery. And then up at the top you have 2 pieces of deco. There are 2 Monstera leaves and they are mirrored images of each other. Anytime I have deco up at the top, they're always mirrored so that you have one facing one way, one facing another way. And then down at the bottom we have 3 quarter boxes in 3 of the featured colors. So this is the full box sheet. Then we have the functional boxes. So you get a total of 12 half boxes and 12 quarter boxes. So there's 9 on this page and 3 on the other. There are 6 where there are patterns dropped in. So we have the 5 different leaf styles and a grass box. And then the 6 individual green shades that are featured in the kit. And then that's the same thing down here. Now you do have 3 smaller boxes and I just call them label boxes. And then you have the eucalyptus deco. This is the functional sheet. So you have 7 checklists and 7 bullets that are featured in the 6 shades. And then I featured the green stripe pattern as well. You have 2 Monday to Sunday boxes that I use for the sidebar. I use them for my dinners, and then 2 full box checklists, and then we have the date covers and additional deco. So we have the prayer plant leaves up here, some eucalyptus, and then the standard like traditional leaves there. Then the script sheet. So I'm going to orient it this way for right now, and then I will turn it momentarily. In all of my kits, you always get these I call them sidebar headers. So you have this week, meal plan, next week, and don't forget, and they will always match the colors of the kits. And then these like functional script stickers are always in black, and they're going to be the same in each of the kits. So we have birthday, important, dinners, appointment, towel Tuesday, chores, trash night, and payday. And then we have some quotes. I'm so excited I wet my plants, pot it like it's hot, and in my head I'm singing it in the Snoop Dogg tone. We have plant parent, keep growing, and we do have some extra deco as well. And then we're going to turn it and we have Smarty plants. And then take a look at the weekend banner. I went back and forth with a lot of different designs, and I consulted with my PR team and got their opinions on everything. for how to orient all of the leaves and which leaves to use. And I love this final like style for the weekend banner. It is definitely the most like creative that I've done. So I love it. And monstera leaves are probably my favorite, so I wanted to make sure that I included them, and just the eucalyptus just felt like it paired perfectly. So that is the Greenery Kit coming to the shop. And the second kit, when I was trying to come up with the spring colorway, this was the original colorway that I had like pulled together, but then as I was looking at it, I'm like, this isn't the direction I want to go with spring. So these are like the spring reject colors, because I ended up going with like very bright, bold, vibrant, vivid colors for the actual spring kit. And as I looked at this next colorway, I'm like, this would be great for watercolors. So we have the Watercolor Blooms Kit. It took me a while. Like, I did not know how to do watercolor florals at all. Like, none of them. So I had to sit and learn how to do them. It took a lot of practice. It took me a long time to really master this. So we have the 9 full boxes, and I'll bring it up so that you can kind of get a better look at everything. There's a lot of detailing, a lot of florals. Some of them have like a watercolor-esque background. So like this one here, shadow, I'm sorry. A lot of them have white backgrounds just to kind of make it really have that watercolor feel. This one, I just wanted something that had a little bit more bold, and it's got the ombre colors in the back because it's the leaves. And then these two are other ones. Why am I shaking? Oh, I haven't eaten yet today. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I just got my kids on their Zooms, so I need to go and eat. But these have those like watercolor like splotches on them as well. And then there's Deco up at the top. So it's kind of like a rose. Yeah, it's more of like a, maybe it's a peony. So I did roses and I did peonies, but they look kind of similar. So like this one's peonies. These ones are like more of a like wildflower, and these are wildflowers. So you'll get a better look at them in a minute. And we've got 3 of the boxes, the colors. And we've got 2 wildflowers up here in like that peachy shade and the purple. So you can see we've got pink, yellow, kind of like a deeper pink, more of a peachy pink, green, and purple. They just really blended well together, and they're beautiful colors. And yes, they are, like I said, they are kind of springy, but it's not the direction I wanted to go with spring. I wanted this to be a permanent colorway. So those are those. Then we have the functional sheet. I wanted to keep the watercolor effects, so I have the date covers in white. I couldn't do that over here. I had to incorporate the black because you wouldn't have been able to see it otherwise. Even these checklists, they're very faint because of the background, but I'm still happy. And then I did not use a pattern over here. I just replicated the light pink. I felt like that was a good balance of colors. And you get some larger deco as well. And then over here, again, you have all the same like permanent features. I left the lettering white over here. And then we have No Rain, No Flowers, The Earth Laughs and Flowers, which is a Ralph Waldo Emerson quote. A Flower Blossoms for Its Own Joy, that's from Oscar Wilde. Live Life in Full Bloom. And we've got florals. I love that one though. That one, it was definitely, I was going for peony there. We have the weekend banner, which I liked being able to splotch in some of the green in addition to the purple. We have Bloom and Let Your Dreams Bloom. All right, now let's talk deco. I have 5 deco sheets coming to the shop. So we'll start off with the Greenery Leaves deco. So we have some different sizes. I wanted to make sure that we got larger ones in here than what was featured in the kit itself. I had some fun making a wreath. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that, but it looked really cute together. So we have a wreath with the eucalyptus. We have some of the monstera leaves layered together, but then we have them individual. I love the prayer plant leaves. I don't know why I'm struggling to say that so much. But we've got a few of those. We've got some of the eucalyptus, and then we've got the normal leaves. But as I mentioned, Monstera is like my favorite. So I made an entire sheet of just Monstera. So we have the individual leaves, and as you can see, they're mirrored to each other. And so we have 3 different sizes. So we have the medium, we have some small, and we have the larger ones. And then we also have small combos and large ones, and those 2 are mirrored images of each other. Then we get into, oh, this was the next one. Okay, that's cool. The watercolor clusters. So I created these. So we have a corner here. So it's a nice, like, actual, like, hugging the corner basically. And then these I designed to be more of like a corner filler. So like they kind of would fit more like here. I don't even know how to explain it. Hopefully you're understanding what I'm trying to say. And then just a nice little like straight line bouquet. And then I have some fillers in here as well. So like some closed peonies and some baby's breath. So I thought this was going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to use these in my spreads. Then we have the Wildflower Blooms Deco Sheet. So we have the, like, I don't know, it's not a daisy, but it's like a petaled flower. We have the more like enclosed, like cupped florals here, and then the open wildflowers. And then we have some of the leaves as well. So you have yellows, you have the peaches, and you have the purples. So I tried to make sure that you got 2 of each on this sheet, and they are larger than the kit. And then the 5th sheet is, I'm calling it the petaled flowers. So we have the peonies, and these, I mean, looking at it, it could be roses, it could be enclosed peonies. Like when I was designing it, it was meant to be peonies, but I mean, yeah. And then we have tiny ones here as well, more of the baby's breath, and then some of the buds of those florals. So those I'm excited about. Now, because these are permanent colorways, they're going to be coming to the shop in the functional stickers as well. So we have the bullets, we have the greenery, or not the greenery, these are the greenery checklists. We have half boxes, and again, these are all based on 1.5 wide, 1.9 high, quarter boxes, and the shade, it is a super deep green. I can't tell what the camera is picking it up as, if you're actually able to see that it's green or if it looks black on screen, but in person you can tell that it is a deep green and not black. But these are the square boxes, and then these are the habit trackers, and we do have them in the blooms as well. So you'll notice that it's the Watercolor Blooms, but on some of the pages I just abbreviate it as WC Blooms, short for watercolor, just depending on how much space I had down at the bottom, which you'll end up seeing that more so in a minute. But again, we have the bullets, we have the checklist. This colorway is just fire. I'm so happy that I decided to use this as a permanent colorway, and I can't wait to see what other things I bring to the shop in this colorway down the road. It was so much fun to play around with. So I'm just kind of flipping because, like, you've seen what they are in greenery. Now, what I want to do next, we have the quotes. So these are permanent listings in the shop, and you can get any of these quote sheets in any of the permanent colorways and solid black. So we have the greenery on the left, and then as you see here, it's abbreviated WC Blooms, but it's the same, watercolor, WC, same thing. So we have the quotes sheet, and since none of these sheets are brand new, I'm not going to worry about reading through everything. We have Sassy, aka Sassy 1.0. We have the coffee quotes, and I tried to make sure that I incorporated a little bit of most of the colors. For the Watercolor Bloom, some sheets may have yellow and not have green, some may have green and not yellow, some may have a little bit of both. But I really wanted to focus on the purples, pinks, and peaches of the Watercolor Blooms for this, and only use the yellow and green as an accent. Here's Sassy 2.0, and then we have the planner quotes, and dog, and then we have cat quotes. So those are the quotes. So that's everything in all of the colorways. And then last, we have the script stickers. So my PR team always helps me to come up with new script stickers to bring to the shop. So this first set are all kind of like springy and outdoor-y type quotes. We have water plants, and I always try to fit at least 3 of the one style and 3 of the other style, so brush script and simple script on a page, but just depending on the sizing, sometimes I get less, sometimes I get more. So I got 4 over here. I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else and now I have forgotten, so that's cool. Oh, I have them sized to be roughly 1.5 inches, a little bit shorter than 1.5 inches wide, so they fit within your columns, but I always try to make sure that they're no taller than 1/2 inch tall, just so that they're not too huge in your planner. So we have water plants, pull weeds, and over here, because of having to trying to make sure that they weren't more than 1/2 inch tall, it made them narrow enough that I was able to add an extra of each on the side. So I just try to fit as many as I possibly can, and if it means I have to turn something on the side in order to fit it on the sheet, then I do that, because I want to make sure that you're getting enough, like plenty of stickers, I thought I heard beeping, on your sheets. And then we have mow lawn. I was really torn between mow lawn or cut grass, and I ended up just kind of going with mow lawn. And then we have gardening. Oh, that's not the last one. And fill bird feeders. So here I did something a little bit different. So I wanted to make sure that you were still able to see everything, and if I did it fill bird feeders straight across, it was going to make the letters like really tiny once I sized it down. So I stacked them. So these are going to be taller than 1/2 inch. But what I did then is I only had 4. So to try to make sure that I was able to fit more on the sheet, I sized them down and turned them upside down to fit in that empty space. So I don't know if I'm going to do tiny lettering like that moving forward, but I kind of want to see what everybody thinks, how you use it, and just kind of go from there. So as of right now, it's not something that's permanent in the shop, not something that I'm saying is coming to the shop, the smaller letters, just something that I am currently experimenting with, particularly to fill space, to give you a nice amount of stickers on your sheets for your money. So those are those script stickers. And then the other script stickers that I have are not spring based, but they are still requests from the PR team. And some of these might look a little familiar because I have them on the $25 freebie. Do I have it? So anytime you spend $25 or more in the shop after a discount, you get a freebie. So they had suggested these 4 new releases, note to self, reminder, and planning time when I was designing this freebie. So they are now coming to the shop. So we have a reminder, we have planning time, and this one, it was like big enough that I did not have enough space in between to fit smaller ones. So I did not do that here like I did for fill bird feeders. We have note to self. I was able to do it for new releases, not to the same extent as I did before. Well, actually, no, you still got, so you got 6 of these new releases and 5 of these new releases. I just wasn't able to fit a 3rd large one in the simple script. And I personally favor the brush lettering, so that's why I went with a brush script additional instead of a simple script additional. But I did the tiny ones again as well, and I really want to hear your opinion on these tiny ones. So if you pick up either of these sheets that feature the tiny lettering, I mean, as always, like, I want you to tag me when you use my stickers on Instagram so I can see them, because it's really exciting seeing everybody's uses, but I definitely am curious to see how the tiny lettering is going to get used. So that is new releases. And then we have a don't forget. which I thought I had put on the on this one, but this wasn't on this sheet, so this is a totally new sticker. So that is all of the new releases. And then, as always, there's freebies that you can get as well. On my Instagram, Coffee Planner Mom, I have a highlight reel with my entire PR team, what their PR codes are, and what freebies you get for using their PR codes. So definitely check them out. There are 8 total PR team members that you can choose from, and you save 15% off of your order, no matter the size. Then, if you place an order that is after the discount and not including shipping, $25 or more, as you saw, this is the freebie that you get on top of your PR freebie. And then if your order is $50 or more, you get this freebie. So it is featuring the grass scene from the spring kit, and these are in the spring colors. It is a square box, 2 habit trackers, 2 half boxes, 2 quarter boxes, 1 checklist, and then 3 bullets down here. So you would get this, and the PR freebie for orders $50 or more. So it is stackable. So that is going to do it for the new releases. I'm so excited for these. Let me know down below which you are most excited about that's coming to the shop. And again, it's coming to the shop this Friday. I was going to say November. It is not November. Friday, March 19th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so that you don't miss out on any of my other videos. I always do a video with new releases whenever they hit the shop. And I will see you all later.